Hey, Norlette, what's the famous line that Tangina says?
This house is clean.
Hey, I'm Robert.
Hey, I'm Norlette. And we're going to do 1982 Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, directed by Toby Hooper, who, he made a little movie before this, you might have heard of, called Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
How would you describe this movie in tone?
Less of a bloodbath.
Less of a bloodbath?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like basically weird stuff in suburbia.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I think this movie was so successful is because it doesn't start out this way, but it's basically a ghost story kind of with multiple ghosts, and but it doesn't take place in like a spooky old mansion.
Yeah, not your modern day Amityville.
Or it's not in a Victorian, manor. It's not in some abandoned castle. It takes place in
Your house.
In your house. It takes place in a development, where all the houses are kind of the same and they're brand new house.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of like telephone poles everywhere.
things
Kind of frightening.
things go south.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore was up for the part of Carol Ann, and she didn't get it. They went with Heather because I don't know, she's like more angelic or whatever.
I find Barrymore angelic.
Well, Spielberg wound up using her in E.T. like 3 months later. Drew Barrymore had her first part in. She was the little sister in E.T. But he didn't use her on this. He used Heather. And great movie. Starts out like it's not a slow burn. It's a very well paced movie. What was your favorite part?
I liked the chair scene. That part was pretty cool.
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
That happens around 29 minutes, guys. And it's a fantastic scene. It's done in one cut. So, like, they're in the kitchen, Carol Ann and her mom, and the mom, like, turns away. It's all done in one take. There's no cuts or anything. And then she turns back, and the chairs have all moved. They've gone from being on the floor, now they're stacked up on the table, the kitchen table, and then you're following her movement, and then she goes back, and you're like, "What the hell?" Because it's all one take.
I wonder how they did that in one take without making noise.
I know how they did it. You want to know?
How?
Well, first of all, there was probably noise, but they turned the mics off, or they edited the sound down. They had a crew hiding behind stuff that you can't see them on camera, hiding behind the counter, and coming from off screen. Some like 5 crew came in, and they
like a swarm.
Yeah, they pulled the chairs out, and then somebody else came in with a pre-stacked assembly of chairs, and they balanced them and got the hell out. And if you look, if you're watching it right around 29 minutes, where Jo Beth Williams, she like bends down to get something out of the cabinet in the kitchen, you could see on the counter there's a toaster. Mm-hmm. You could see the reflection of a crew member kind of going in and moving, and then coming out. You can't tell what it is.
They ruined it. They ruined the magic for you.
I mean, I didn't notice it the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I watched the damn thing 5 times.
Zoom in,
just so I could see it.
Yeah.
And then you can also see there's they have a fake plant in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. One of the crew members must brush up against the plant. Like after they cut to it, you can see the plant kind of moving. But still,
it might have been on purpose to create like this wind effect. Spirits in the house.
Yeah. If you believe that, I got a bridge that I want to sell.
I believe anything.
I don't think so.
Millennial.
I don't think so. I think they just didn't notice it in the editing, or it was too far gone. They're like, well, we lost the location. We can't refilm it. But it's still a very impressive one-cut gimmick thing. No cut. One take. So, what do you know about this movie being cursed?
I do know that one of them, maybe 2 of them, maybe all of them, I don't know, like a good percentage of the cast kind of.
Well, I mean, some of them are still alive, like Craig T. Williams and Joe Beth are still around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. So the reason and I think this was Hollywood viral BS.
Yeah.
They say, oh, it was
But
cursed.
this is real, though, right?
Well, it was real. Dead people. The
it.
actors died. But in there's I don't want to tell too much, but at one point there's some corpses, or really old corpses, skeletal corpses involved in this, and apparently some of them were used to be real people. They're real skeletons that they got a hold of.
Kinda
the props
like the
department.
The human exhibit.
Yeah,
Oh,
or it's
man,
like,
that's
just
rough.
a skeleton from a doctor's office when it's a real skeleton, not a fake one. Like
So
like these guys are fake. So we're not going to be cursed, folks.
Oh, I thought these were real.
But Jo Beth Williams did the scenes with real skeletons. They didn't tell her about. They didn't tell her, and she found out afterwards. She kind of freaked out. But then horrible tragedy. With the same year this came out, 82, the girl that plays the daughter, Dominique Dunn, she was murdered. The actress was murdered by some psycho ex-boyfriend that was kind of stalking her. He killed her, and other people died too.
Some of old age.
Well, yeah, I
think
mean,
natural causes, but
there's a woman that
movie
plays
causes.
the psychic is named Tangina, and I mean, she died in 2010. She was like 76 or so. So there were natural causes. I think only the one girl, Dominique, was murdered, unfortunately, and horribly. But Heather, the little girl, they did make the sequel with her, Poltergeist 2. She died about six years after this movie was filmed, at the age of like 12. She had Crohn's disease, and unfortunately, that's what she died from. So, but Hollywood seems to have used all that to like say it's a cursed movie,
just to get more press for.
Go see it. It's cursed,
Clickbait.
right? Go see it.
Y'all seriously got me in a maid costume, though? Is it because I'm a woman? This is not cool at all. Like, my boobs and everything are showing. Y'all think this is... Can I change, please? No, I want a new outfit. Nah, fuck this. I can't. This is not what Rosa Parks stood for. Fuck this shit.
You probably won't remember this. First to die in the movie, first thing to die, you don't remember. Mm-mm. It's a short scene. They're in the little girl's bird, Tweety Bird. It's like a canary, but
I was thinking of a person when you said
No, it's literally the canary in the coal mine. Why do they have canaries in coal mines? Because they die real easily. So when there's poison gas in the mine, the canary dies, and everybody else knows, let's get the hell out of here. There's poison gas. So in this movie, the Tweety Bird dies.
Wow.
And that should have told them.
It's like a sacrifice kind of.
Well, that should have told the family, like, what killed it? Maybe something bad's going on, And the movie is filled with, what was your biggest childhood fear? Like, what creeped you out in your room?
The closet.
Oh,
the shadowy closet.
The closet. Let's see. Where's ground zero in this movie?
In the closet.
It's in the closet. Mm-hmm. So there's a tagline for the movie. It's also the most famous line in the movie.
They're here.
So Steven Spielberg, I call him Steve, he wrote into this movie like all his childhood fears. Like a scary toy, things in the closet, scary tree outside his window, all kinds of, sort of horror movie, kid tropey kind of things.
The boogeyman in adult form.
But
Adulting.
they're all in the movie. And it's one of the first big movies that I can recall where he did that, or where anybody did it. And he does it very well. And really, the scariest scene, I know, the chair scene was pretty good.
Yeah.
Scary scene for me was when the investigator goes to the bathroom I don't want to say any more, but it terrified me when I first saw the movie in the theater, and it's still pretty scary. But special effects, that's the only place in the movie that I felt it's now dated, with the special effects in that particular scene.
Yeah.
But everything else holds up super well in this movie for such an old film. You know, it's like 35 or more years old at this point.
I feel like you can still play it, and it won't feel like Kill Bill with the blood effects.
Well, I think
does it?
There's actually not a lot of blood in this movie,
Yeah.
but it's still, there's horrifying parts.
Yeah.
Without being gory.
Yeah.
I have a theory about this movie.
Yeah.
That it's an allegorical story about homosexuality. Like, where was all the activity in the house?
In the closet.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly it.
Let's see what's in the closet.
I think we got to give this a pumpkin rating.
Oh, man.
We're going to give Poltergeist, the original 1982 Poltergeist, 4 pumpkins.
Well deserved for its time.
Yep. I would have given it 5 in 1982. It's starting to show its age a little bit, but man, it's a good movie.
It still holds up.
Yep. Hey, speaking of holding up, let me hold on to your pumpkins. Yeah.
Hey. HR? Thank you for watching the October Moviefest Countdown.
I'm sure you guys are watching every day in October because we do a different movie review every day. But more importantly, we now have a feature length on Amazon called Robert's Horror Matinee.